What's happening, team? It's your boy John Denton. Listen, I said I was going to do all the Griselda records that came out from here on out, so it's exactly what I'm doing. It's a little bit late, well, only a couple of days late. Westside Gunn, Flygod is an awesome god too. I know there's stuff from Griselda's back catalogue I haven't done. There's loads that I haven't done. May or may not get done on the channel, depends on views. But from here on out, they're getting done. Subscribe if you're new around here. Please come follow me, Twitter and Instagram. And if you want to see this reaction in full, uncut, unedited form, well, I edit the bits where I stumble over my words, otherwise that would be a nightmare. That is there on the Patreon $5 tier, along with 4+ extra album reactions every single month. It's the entire support structure for the channel, so if you want to get involved, please do. That's about it. I'm going to jump straight in. I'm excited, always excited for Griselda.
I would like to begin by saying to you that everything in this Renaissance period together. Peace to the gods. Legend.
Okay.
Conductor.
Everywhere, burnt a hole in the tire, made his whole face lock up, my shit fire.
Difficult beat so far, reminiscent of an Alchemist beat. It's a Conductor Williams beat, not too familiar with him, but yeah, sounding alright so far. That intro was kind of weird, but alright.
Back, but I still like to drive it. Nothing hurt worse, she ain't gonna die. The diet, knee on the neck, now everybody riot. The big killer niggas do the mad Pete the science. You want my autograph?
Okay, well you can tell recently this was written, knee on the neck, now everybody riot. It's unusual to hear a hip hop track with the percussion so faint. You got that, what I think is maybe an oboe in there, maybe a clarinet. I think it's an oboe. So yeah, really interesting instrumental on that one.
Hey yo,
Griselda.
washing my hair shaking over stones and bitches. I'm from the same streets as Buster Brick Nicholas. You it's ridiculous.
Definitely getting like Goodfellas vibes from the instrumental so far. Definitely Scorsese vibes throughout, but again, I mean, I wonder if the percussion's going to kick in any louder on this one, because this is going to be an unusual listen. I'm used to those drums just pushing everything I've heard from all of the Griselda guys through, in all of the, you know, whether it's from Lulu or plugs that I met, or even Pray for Paris. So yeah, I do. That's what I want, to be honest. I want some drums to come and kick through.
The aim, a third house in my cougar name. My little nigga still shoot for fame.
Man was worthless. I told him now when a cook like that it's just a bit of a.
I don't know Stove God Cooks, good name. Good cadence to his voice though.
I'm round Burgundy. See the heat coming off the hundreds, the money burning. I followed the bricks, I seen the wizard behind the curtain.
I love that. I followed the bricks, I seen the wizard behind the curtain. Obviously, reference to the Yellow Brick Road in Wizard of Oz. I love that. On follow the bricks, bricks of cocaine.
They talk big till we catch them in person. They talk big till we shoot they.
And you know, seeing behind the scenes of that life and that world. Brilliant bar.
Chicken. Take the braids out, let the hair hang like Mr. Perfect shit. They owe some strip.
We've got this weird, almost dream-like, old school, Motown-y vibe to the instrumental. Again, very, very light on the percussion, with obviously these very, very hard street bars, drug dealing bars, which is what we expect. It's creating an unusual atmosphere. I think this track is actually working for me, but I can already tell if the rest of the album's like this, it's going to be one that I'm going to need to give more time to than the first reaction. And I always talk about the pros and cons of the first reaction on this channel.
No. That's a shoot, brother. That is 1000%. Yeah.
No wonder I got up so weird, given that the people that I was watching on TV were Macho Man, Randy Savage, Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan. I mean, look at them. They're fucking insane.
Time has come.
Fuck it, yo. My paintbrush you can't touch. Told the bitch I'm richer than half the Lakers. Now go to sleep on my deathbed.
Very similar vibes to the previous track. Seems like this is going to be the theme of the record.
His first year in the mountains, he felt like he was dying. Felt like it was over. He said he prayed through summer and he read through winter. Then he came.
Really enjoying Stove God Cooks' verses here. Like, I'm going to have to do some investigating on this guy. Okay.
Hey, yo. Walk me, chop this feet off and left his brains hanging for a piece off. Yo, wait, I bench pressed and busted duct tape, gave his hand to the grams gone. The homies say I'm crazy. My Spanish bitch call me loco. Coco Chanel with the fofo, the ribs like Kodo.
I love all the references. Obviously the wrestling references, we've got sports references throughout this one as well, and boxing reference there in Koto. My FN shells cracking ribs like Koto. Yeah, great rhyming through that. I love the beat on this one, again reminiscent of what we've been hearing from Alchemist, and I guess that's just kind of that Griselda style, the shuffling, sliding snare and kick, and then just the low key, strange instrumentals. This one almost like what is that? Like a little glockenspiel in there.
The Leo, the flow is Frio, so dope, could sell it by the kilo. Stuck, run the city like I'm Diddy, the hustle was all puff. On they neck, niggas, I'm up next, really I'm a vet. Honey, through the cash out, bad, in my bag, bitches mad.
Real 90s style flow here, Armani Caear, don't know her. Almost sounding like Lil Kim, I guess, back in the day.
The AK behind the magic. Who made the sunshine? Made the sunshine.
Okay, so he's saying Who Made the Sunshine? That's going to be his Shady Records debut. Okay, how many albums are these guys going to make? It's insane.
VS cuts on my wrist big enough to catch infections. This heck
Through Dirt on Gang, when you spoke to Hove, that was reckless. Can someone in the comments explain to me what he's talking about there? Obviously talking about Jay-Z, but I don't know who he's talking to specifically. I missed the backstory there. I've got the lyrics open, but it's no clickable. I'd like to know what that means. So yeah, let me know.
Al Green in a mock neck. Russell Simmons, my mindset. I'm old Hove with a Pyrex.
So Mrs. Hove again there. Big Smalls in the Coogee, Al Green in a mock neck. Russell Simmons, my mindset. Okay, I know what you're saying. Not the best name to bring up right now. I'm old Hove with a Pyrex. So that sounds like, you know, he's got that kind of hustler mentality still, but with everything else. Yeah, I'm unsure about the other Hove line.
The plug around at the mountain jams. Niggas who thought I was finished. Hate to see me bouncing back. Touch the honey bud, trying to trap me up 1,000 stacks.
I know Boldy James is Prosody in China with The Alchemist. There's a deluxe coming out this Friday, I believe, and chances are I'll do that next week on the channel, because I know it's an album that I need to touch, and that seems like a good time to do it. New tracks on it as well, so look out for that next week unless everything goes crazy.
Like a chocolate Hershey, in the pill scripts and them balls of total papa dirty. Real nigga, still posted on the service drive with person. Where we at?
Yeah, this track, like the other tracks, a little light on percussion, but very light on percussion again, creating an interesting vibe, and you know, just getting sucked into the general sort of ambience of it. But there's nothing that's really knocking me for six. There's nothing that's really blowing me away like some of the tracks on Pray for Paris. So I don't think it's quite up to that standard. But I'm enjoying it. Like, I'm definitely enjoying the vibe of the record.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Boom, 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 boom. Free out the block, nigga, how the Lord. In the clip out the Mac 10. My nigga score more. Floor seats watching.
Same vibe again on the beat, but I just love the instrumental on this one. I really am enjoying the choice of instrumentals in the beat, even though I probably prefer the percussion to be brought up a little bit. Stove Got Cook's killing this record. It's like a showcase for him, man. All three features, fire. I've seen him shoot 7 left-handed Tony Kukoc. Not only is that a killer line, but everybody is going to be having Tony Kukoc on their mind because of the Last Dance at the moment.
Dope Fiend's arms tied up like Ultimate Warrior.
Dope Fiend's arms tied up like Ultimate Warrior. Another wrestling reference. Makes perfect sense with the time frame, but obviously Ultimate Warrior have those crazy ties or anything to make his ridiculous steroid muscles look even bigger.
The Ultimate Warrior has a lot of bad habits, but only ones that help me survive. Don't deprive yourself of the full power. Be a survivor, don't smoke.
Enjoyed the vibes on that one, enjoyed the choice of instrumental. It's quite hypnotic, a lot of this record. It's just making me listen. It's conjuring up images in my mind as I listen to it of a kind of Scorsese movie, telling the stories of this sort of sometimes luxury, sometimes filthy drug dealing life. I do think it's a showcase with SADHU Cooks. Like I said, I hadn't heard of him before, but I'm automatically interested in what he's got coming out right now. It made me want to listen to the Boldy James record as well. So Flygod, I mean, Westside's almost taking a back seat on some of these. I think that, you know, on the tracks that he's with SADHU is the stronger artist on those tracks, but it almost feels deliberate. It's a bit of like a Westside Gunn presents type of record. Perhaps that's just what I'm feeling from it at the moment, because it doesn't have the impact of Pray for Paris. And you guys will go, yeah, you need to listen to this, and you're right. But I came to Griselda when I came to Griselda, so this is where we're at.
One time I went to flip reality. I had a vinyl crackle, get a spinal tap. You might could probably find this guy in tackle. Whisk rep and breaking iron shackles. This the Mayan factor. Let the mandalas inside affect you. It's the side.
Is this Westside Gunn speaking in a different voice, like a much lower voice? It threw me off a little bit.
By finesse, I might could get God to do it.
Doesn't sound like his flow at all. But even on a Genius, it doesn't have anybody else written. Help me out. Help me out.
Letter pros, asbestos, you know, must make dough, miles up the payroll.
I'm reading this song has replaced a different song on the record since it was released. I don't bloody know. And SADHU Gold is the artist. Well, he's killing it, but I'm very confused.
Again, stab at the wind, laugh as we win past that. Hit him with the dap and spin, sublime and cinema.
He's kind of has a Tyler the Creator flow, some Earl Sweatshirt vibes as well in there. Very, very clever with the rhyme schemes. Yeah, weird track, that one. I just realised that I'm supposed to talk about the album art. I'm supposed to normally do it after a couple of tracks on a new record, but I forgot. Yeah, this is an image from his Instagram just made red, basically. And while it's a cool, striking image and it stands out, and, well, it's not eye contact because he's got shades on, it has that kind of face contact which is always going to draw your eye. It's not exactly like a life-changing or amazingly memorable piece of cover art, and at the same time it almost makes this record feel like it's a bit of a second fiddle, especially this Instagram post that had this picture was referencing his Shady Records debut that's coming up. So it almost feels like this record is like a little bit of a project just to squeeze in between other stuff. Like I say, it doesn't feel as complete or as dense or as kind of like well put together as Pray for Paris at all. It more feels like a showcase for other people, especially now there's this whole track that's got a completely different artist on it. It's not even credited in the Spotify. So I'm finding the project a bit confusing, but I am enjoying it overall, but it's not at the standard of the other Griselda stuff that I've heard, for me, on first listen.
I'm thinking free.
Yes.
I actually don't think you're thinking anything.
This has got like a sort of static clicking on it, which I actually had to check another track to make sure it wasn't my headphones being weird. That I really don't like. It's really annoying.
Status with the 5 panel, Prada bucket with the triangle. Hung the nigga, here's a pre-5 stangle. Ranger shoot him now with me to Vegas. 100 shots and dropping pain.
That clicking's annoying me, but I'm actually going to take this back a little bit because I got distracted by the clicking. But Westside Gunn is absolutely spitting on this track.
With the Eagles posted by the samples, fiends trample. West, you got that Van Gogh with the stamp, yo. Extra high from Nando's.
Nando's, yes. Nando's reference, Adam Cole reference, absolutely spitting here, flows immense, just barely taking a breath. But again, that sort of fake vinyl static is annoying me. But it feels a bit like a demo, this album.
Well, the thing about being the very best is if you ever start in your own mind to say you're not the one, if you're not the very best.
Jake the Snake Roberts, who I once went to go and see in a tiny town hall in Southampton where I used to live, and he was off his head on crack in the ring. But I'm glad to know that he's doing much better these days.
I got the best shit, nigga.
Hey, yo. You a dollar late and day short every day, divide the dollars, serving cutty shit, and if your face off like Scott Scorch, the shit that I produce, be the muy bueno.
Again, Rome Streetz, I don't know Rome Streetz, but already bringing the heat on his verse. So again, I'm going with the vibe that this is almost like a showcase record.
Like Turkey Day, do the one, the coldest shit in the verses that I display.
We allowed you to have a good time.
I've got to be honest, I don't know what's going on here, but I'm just listening. You guys might have to help me out on this one.
Get back into my music.
Griselda by Fashion Rock by Fashion.
Yeah, an interesting one. Like I said, I think it was all about Flygod Cooks, to be honest. Armani Caear killed her verse. I think Rome Streetz did well with Limited Time on that last track there. But again, the project felt like a demo. It didn't really feel complete. It didn't really feel like Pray for Paris, which itself was a short but very well put together project. So overall, if I was to give a first reaction score, I'm probably going to give it a straight 6 out of 10. There were vibes on it that I liked. There were verses on it and bars on it that I liked, but even in the relatively limited amount of Griselda music, I do hold it to quite a high standard, and I don't think that was hitting those standards. So that's how I feel on first listen. I will go back and listen to it again, because some of those tracks may get under my skin in terms of the way that the beat works, but I don't think it quite had the depth to the beat that will necessarily do that. So yeah, I'm interested to see what he comes out with next on this Shady Records debut, and obviously there's previous stuff that I need to go and listen to. Not going to necessarily react to all of it, where maybe if the Patreon asks for certain records, like I know Tano Talk 3 keeps coming up on the Patreon, so that might happen, a couple of others. But yeah, that's my thoughts. I want to know your thoughts on it. Obviously the song being replaced there maybe as well. A bit of a confusing project overall, but there was definitely elements that I enjoyed a lot, but not to the standard of Pray for Paris for me. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments on this one, guys. And if you can, I asked a couple of questions about some of the bars there. If you know the answers to those, please do let me know. Guys, if you wanted to see this in uncut, unedited form, that is there on the Patreon $5 tier, along with all album reactions going forward in uncut form, as well as the 4+ extra Patreon exclusive album reactions every single month. The entire support structure for the channel, because all of the revenue from the videos gets taken by the labels. If you want to come follow me Twitter and Instagram, please do so. That would be awesome. Subscribe to the channel, can't ever said that. That's it from me, guys. You know, we're trying to keep it hardcore hip hop in here as well as doing all the other types of music. Thank you very much. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.